Today we are continuing our makeover series and we are making over not just one side table, but 2 side tables. I am so excited to bring both of these beauties back to life, but in a new, exciting way. So first up, we got to sanding and cleaning, and I tried my hand at stripping for the first time, but not in that way. And then we sanded some more, and then I was so excited I got to try out the bleach technique on furniture, and you guys are gonna love the way this turned out. So if you want to see how these 2 beauties looked in the end, then just keep watching. Okay, you guys, I've been looking for side tables. My sister found this one on the side of the road. It was free, and I love that it's round because we have a lot of square items going on. We have, you know, a rectangle fireplace, a rectangle TV, a rectangle coffee table, a rectangle sort of shaped couch, and so I just like the softness that this round table brings to the space. It is unfortunately very beat up. Again, it was on the side of the road. It was free, so I'm gonna do my best to bring a little bit of beauty back to this thing and see what we can do. It's definitely gonna need a lot of love and attention. It was free, so if it doesn't work out, we'll figure something else out, but I've been searching on Facebook Marketplace as well forever, and I can't find anything, you guys. I'm trying so hard to keep this thing rolling, but I told you before, even when we were searching for the couch and the coffee table, and you know, it's just not that easy to find stuff. It takes some time sometimes to build a space, and that's okay. So we'll start with this side table, see if we can sand it down, stain it, and like I said, bring it back to its beautiful life. And if we can't, then that's also okay, and I'll see if there's something else out there for us. But in the meantime, you guys, let's just stop talking and start working. Let's see what we can do to this thing. So because I went in with the intention of completely sanding this piece and staining it, I went in with an 80 grit sandpaper to get all of this finish off. I was finding it wasn't working as well as I wanted it to, so I ended up switching to a 60 grit, and I found that that worked a little bit better at getting it off, but unfortunately it was still causing these odd clumps to happen. I'll show you a close-up here. As far as I could guess, it was just the stain or the sealer maybe being super old that it was causing these like gunky spots. Looking back now, it probably would have been better to use a stripper on the top of this had I known, but it is what it is, and I honestly just had to keep sanding and sanding and sanding until I was able to get everything off. I will note, if this is your first time looking up how to sand furniture, that this was a veneer top, so I had to be careful not to sand right through because underneath this thin layer is just cheaper wood. You guys, I swear I don't find the stinky cute furniture. The stinky cute furniture finds me. So you guys saw that I was trying to work on that round side table that my sister got for me for free, and I never loved it, and I think I could love it if I completely made it over, but it's not quite my style. I was working on it, you guys saw it, and I went to the thrift store and I found this little beauty. She has beautiful, I don't know why, I love this chicken wire. Unfortunately, it's vintage and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find the right stuff to replicate it, but I'm gonna do my best. I love the hardware on it. These hinges are just so gorgeous. I love the detail of the flowers, and I just really feel like that plays into my chairs, and so I'm thinking that this might be the piece that I use to go between the chairs. I really want to try the bleached furniture look, but I think I want to get this thing stripped down, sanded down first to see what we're working with. I really love the feet. Everything about this I love, because if I sand this and I don't love it, or if I think, you know what, no, this needs to be dark, or if I, you know, put it between the chairs and it's just too light and then going lighter would just not work, then we'll do something else with it. I'm excited, you guys. I think she's super cute, and I'm excited to give her some new life. So it's always a good idea to prep your furniture by cleaning it. This is Simple Green. It's just my favorite cleaner and degreaser for old furniture. And I just wipe it on, scrub it off, and then you need to rinse it with water. You don't want to let this sit on the piece of furniture. I remembered that I never cleaned the inside of the round one, so I went ahead and did that. Well, I just had everything out and ready, and then I also chipped away at the little pieces that were falling off on the side of it just to make it more prepped and ready for when I'm going to paint it. Okay, I'm a sweaty, sticky mess. This thing is cleaned, and now we're gonna go in with the premium stripper from Clean Strip. I know a lot of people use Citrus Strip because it doesn't smell and it's effective, as far as I know. But this is just, when I looked at ratings, this is what I bought before I saw so many people. I have like a sweat mustache, you guys, I'm sorry. This just said that it works really good, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this out. Let's go ahead and get started with this. I'm just gonna be using this. I have gloves, I have a paintbrush, and then it said to put it in a metal container, so I went into the recycling and found a bean can, so we're gonna use that. This was my first time using a stripper, and you'll hear me say later, I definitely should have put more on. It says to apply it thick, but I wasn't quite sure, but it honestly means thick. So you're gonna see I'm gonna put it on and then I'm gonna try scraping it off. And I end up doing a couple more coats that I don't show just to get off the little things that I couldn't. So the rest of the screw is still in there, and this one you can see they split the wood when they put the door in, which is so unfortunate because it's actually like really well built, and this screw is stripped. So I might have to figure out something, slash maybe I might just have to work around this because I don't want to mess it up too much. Okay, moment of truth. I have no idea how this is going to turn out because I don't know that I did them thick enough. But we shall see. It says to use a plastic scraper. Ah, this is so fun. You guys can't even see. Oh my gosh, stuff came off. I don't think I did it thick enough. And it also says to use a plastic scraper just so you don't like damage your wood. But I only have a metal and I'm a human being who likes to see results right away. So here we are. Yeah, so I definitely didn't put enough on, but this is so cool. This was honestly so satisfying doing this. I actually cannot wait to do this again to my dresser in my bedroom, so stay tuned for that. And I will say having the cardboard down was so handy because I was able to just scrape all this gunk onto here without getting my drop cloth completely ruined. I feel like I would have had to have thrown it out had I not had anything else down, but the cardboard was super easy just to pick up and throw away. For the more intricate areas, I used a lot more stripper and then I went in with a steel wool. This one is not the correct one that you should be using. This is a kitchen one. I found that it would kind of scrape it a little bit, so I had to switch. And then I did end up buying a plastic scraper and it just worked a lot better for this area here with all of this detail. I wasn't worried about scuffing it or scraping it. Definitely recommend using a plastic scraper instead of a metal one. Okay guys, I'm running out of daylight here. It's gone. But I am basically just trying to get as much of the stain off as I can. The legs are really, really, really dark, so it's taking me a lot longer. But after I get as much as I can, I'm gonna take this pad with mineral spirits and I am just going to basically wipe the whole thing clean, and I'm basically just going to use that and go over any of those parts that are having a difficult time coming off. Just give me some extra oomph, and then I'm going to use a lint-free cloth and wipe the whole thing down, get any gunk off, and then I'll let that dry overnight, and then tomorrow I'm going to go and sand it and get anything extra off that I need to and get this thing looking pretty before we bleach it. So have a great night's sleep, you guys. After stripping to clean up this piece a little more, I decided to go in with an 80 grit sandpaper. This just helped get off any little imperfections that I didn't like, as well as it actually took some more color off, which is perfect because I want it as light as can be. So the wood here actually ended up still being fairly wet from being outside overnight. I made the mistake of leaving it on the screen and porch, and the humidity in the south, they did not mix. So I was sanding it and then I realized that a lot of it was kind of coming up frayed, and that was just from the moisture in the wood. So I had to put this to the side and let it dry, and then I decided to move on to the circular one. For this piece, I just took a 150 grit sandpaper and my sander and went around and basically lightly scuffed it up. You don't need to go crazy here. My sander honestly just worked really well. And so you're gonna see that I took off a little bit more than I needed to, but honestly, it just needs to be scruffed up so that way it has the paint to adhere to it. After my side table was dry, I went in with my sandpaper again and just basically got off all the rest that I needed to, as well as all of those frayed bits. You can see right there how frayed it was, and just got those off. And then make sure you use a tack cloth whenever you sand to get all of those little bits off, so that way when you paint or stain or whatever, it doesn't get stuck. And this is what it looks like right now. And now we're going to bleach it. So I just put bleach into a spray bottle and sprayed it down. It is that simple. You don't have to use a bottle. You can just wipe it on with a cloth. Make sure you use gloves. And then I just let this sit in the sun for 30 minutes. And then went to the other one and make sure to dry that off so that one was ready for primer. Yeah, I did forget about the doors again.
Okay guys, my iris is showing. My face is so red. It is hot outside. So we are going to go ahead and prime this piece. Like I said, I don't love this piece. It's not quality furniture, and so I don't feel bad about painting it. I'm using the Zinsser Bullseye 123 primer just because the color, I don't want it to show through at all. But this thing actually doesn't require any sanding, so I didn't really need to do that, but I did it anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and prime this and gonna decide what we're gonna do next. Hopefully I don't faint. So.
So I honestly can't remember if this was after 1 or 2 coats, but you can see that the wood has already lightened a lot, but I want it even lighter, so I'm gonna go in again. Again, you can repeat this process, oh hi chicken. You can repeat this process as much as you want just to get the lightness that you want. And again, just dousing this in my bleach and letting it sit in the sun for 30 minutes. And then this is what I ended up with. It is a beautiful washed gray color, and I just think it is so beautiful. And this would be perfect as it is, but I'm gonna take it one step further.
All right, you guys, we are almost done with these pieces. So I have bleached this one 3 times now, and unfortunately there's like a green undertone coming through. Some woods don't bleach as well. I didn't know what type of wood this was. I still don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a cherry, a redwood, I have no idea. It's definitely not pine or oak, something that bleaches really, really well. So although this looks really good, it is very pretty for what it is. I don't love that little bit of green coming through. So I actually ordered a, oh, wow. That's bright. So I actually ordered a whitewash that's coming in, and I'm going to be doing that on this. So what I need to do right now is stop the bleaching process, and all you need to do, you can just use water, but some things online said to use a vinegar water mix, so that will stop it. So I'm going to use that and then let that completely dry. It's a beautiful sunny day, so it's perfect to dry it out, and I have a couple days because it doesn't come in until Tuesday. Plenty of time to dry, and then we can do the whitewash. I'm so excited. I've used this whitewash before. And then this piece just needs a light sanding between coats. So we've primed it, and now I'm just gonna give it a sanding with a 220 sand grit. Nothing crazy, just to get that little bit of roughness off, and then I'm gonna paint it. Also, I'm insane, and my husband just picked up a coffee table that needs a lot of refinishing work, so. Check 1 thing or 2 things off my to-do list, add another, why not? Forgot about these. Totally forgot about the doors yet again.
So I ended up going with white. I was going back and forth between white or like a blue gray, which I think would have been so beautiful, but I was honestly just needing to add some lightness to the living room. So I went with white, and I feel like this can just go in any space anyways. Maybe one day I'll choose a pop of color for some furniture and be crazy, but today's not that day. So I'm just adding on this first coat. You want to put it on nice and not too thick, not too thin. I had my little helpers helping me, of course, as always. Love them so much. And then I went in after it was dry with a light sanding of a 220 grit sandpaper, and you're going to repeat this process. I did this 3 times painting and sanding until I got the coverage that I wanted. And then I chose to use this polyacrylic crystal clear top coat by Minwax. This is just to make sure that it seals it. Again, you have to do 2 to 3 coats to get great coverage. I ended up doing 2. I felt like that's all I needed. Making sure to apply those thinly, and then also letting them dry completely, and then sanding them down between the coats to get that perfect smooth finish.
Okay, you guys, we are getting to the fun part. I've just sanded this smooth with 220 grit sandpaper. It makes all the difference in the world. It feels so smooth, so do not skip that step. It is worth it. The vinegar in the water, I think, just made it raise up a little bit again, so I did it again. But we are ready for some whitewash. So this is what it looked like bleach. I actually love it, but I want it lighter. And so we're gonna do a whitewash. So you can see here, I actually already sampled it. So this is the Wood Stain by Saman. I apologize if I'm saying that incorrectly. I've used this before on our kitchen shelves at our old house, if you guys were following along before and saw that. But I love them so much. So this color I actually love, love, love on pine, a lighter, whiter wood. It makes it so beautiful. I will definitely be using it again, and it's just what I thought of for this project because I love it so much. So we're gonna see how it turns out. I already love that it's, you know, almost like a whiter wood. I'm just really hoping that it looks really good on the dark pieces. It's obviously gonna be different because there's lighter and there's darker pieces of this wood. Honestly, this thing just feels feels so smooth. I love it. But yeah, we're gonna see how it turns out. It's super easy. It doesn't smell. You just honestly wipe it on with a rag when it's wet and then quickly wipe it off. You have to work quickly. It's like working with paint. Let's stop talking and let's finish this because we are getting so close to the end. And I was gonna tell you that I didn't forget to finish sanding, but I did forget to finish sanding, so. Okay, I'm gonna start with the doors. I just sanded them. I'm gonna start with them so I don't forget them.
So I just want to reiterate here that you need to work really quickly with this product. I think too, just because of sanding and stripping and bleaching this furniture, it was just looking for any kind of moisture, and so it soaked it up so quickly. So I had to work in really small batches in order to make sure I didn't let it dry too quick. So I had one rag where I would wipe it all on and then another rag where I would quickly wipe it off. Again, working in super small sections just to get a nice coverage. For the final touches, I'm going in with metallic champagne bronze. It's my favorite gold color. I actually had these spray painted a different gold color. They used to be silver, but I didn't like it, so I decided to change it. I used the same spray paint to change this lamp from silver to gold as well, and now we're just adding in those little touches that make this space feel more cozy and more homey. So now let's take a look back at what the side table used to look like, how it was beat up, no longer loved, and needing a change. Now let's take a look at what we transformed this into, a beautiful, white, modern piece of furniture that would go well in any home. I am so excited with how this turned out. It is absolutely stunning and definitely a centerpiece of this room. It's crazy to think that this was free on the side of the road and now it looks like this. I bet the owners wouldn't believe it. Let's take a look at our other piece of furniture. Before, beat up, missing some hardware, and definitely in need of love. And now, this beautiful dresser now has a beautiful French country feel, so much lighter, so much fresher, and I love it. This piece was definitely a labor of love, but worth every ounce of energy that I used for it. I ended up finding some craft chicken wire online, and that's what I used to fill in the door, and honestly, from far away, you can't really tell. Close up, absolutely, and I'm still hoping that I can find vintage wire to match the other side one day, but for now, this'll do, and I still love it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Honestly, every comment, like, and subscribe means so much to me. I love the community we are building here. Let me know in the comments down below which dresser you preferred and if you like the methods that I chose. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.